Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. I wanted to make a video building my watch list for tomorrow. My watch list today was pretty good. We had a couple of big movers. CYCC was CYCC was a fantastic short. This thing just shorted all day. The big winners on my watch list were, let's move this all the way up, was TGC at the open. Look at this. This thing quickly gapped up right at the market open. It looked like it was moving pre-market. Let me zoom out here a bit. It was moving a little bit pre-market from yesterday, and that's why it went on my watch list. And at the market open, this thing just ripped. I mean, you would have just had to have been quick right at the open and just got in. And stock that spikes like in this capacity, you just make sure you have that trend line going in the direction. Let me just make this black. Okay, yeah, so that you can then go in and this is so there's two types of momentum plays. There's the types where you get the quick spike and then the reversal, such as this, right? So it had its rip right at the open in between 9:30 and 9:42. It gaps up, and then once the trend breaks the trend line, look, it just reverses and washes the rest of the day. The other type, and I don't know which. There was a stock today. I don't know. Damn, I don't remember right now. I wanted to show you the other type. Well, we'll see. Let's see if I can find another one. But and then it kind of washed out, right? The other big play today was Cali. This thing had a nice move all day. It ripped. Here's the 5-minute chart. Here's the 1-minute chart. And at the open, this is on my watch list, and you get the TTM squeeze, the greens rolling over the red, the MACD. You get the volume push, and once it broke above all three moving averages, so it broke above VWAP, the 9 EMA, and the 20. That's a confirmation sign to jump in, and you gaps up, you get this pullback. You gap up, you get this other pullback. Now all you do is just let this ride. Look at this. This rolled above VWAP. Now on the 5-minute, it's much cleaner where you get that gap up, you get that pullback. Right here would have been your entry. Right when it pulled back and touched VWAP, you could have got in and rolled this up all the way up to about 384. And then let's zoom out on both. And then it kind of consolidates, pulls back, but look, it like bounces off the 13 EMA on the 5-minute. It did below it for a second, but then it gapped up and it formed this other bull flag, and then it got another push up. So if you're in the stock, I mean, honestly, if I had saw this at the open, and I'm like in, let's say I jump in because I see all the confirmation signs, so I come in for a quick thing. I'm putting a trend line, and I'm more than likely I'm gonna just ride this up, and once it reversed, I probably would have sold. I probably would have got out in the 380s, And then you could look for a re-entry. Like if you see it still gapping up and you're not sure, for me, let me fix this. This is VWAP. I like VWAP to be green. All right, and this should be blue. I was messing around with this stuff. That's why the colors are a little different. There we go. Now, all right. Now once it pulls back, all right. So let's assume like you got out, but you see it fade, right? So you think, oh, it's probably gonna just wash out, but you see it kind of finds its support here. So once you see a stock find support, you see it start moving. What you want to do is this becomes the new support level for the day. So you should put a trend line there. All right. I'll use this price level because it's easier to see. But you should put a trend line there, and you say, okay, this is new support. So if it breaks above higher day, which is at this point here, all right. Oops. Delete this. Let's go back up and let's do. Price level right here, and and then what you do, you see now it's formed. It's this is the higher day. This is its new support level, and you see it's riding this channel. You see it kind of bounced off this, and then it started gapping up. I mean, you could have bought right here, right off the bounce, and just got in for a quick scalp. And on the 5-minute too, it's the same thing. You see the bull flag forming right here. Now, the real confirmation would have been at this point the break over 4. So 399 is a psychological resistance barrier. There was no secret that it pulled back at 3.99 because people took their profit because $4 is a psychological resistance barrier. But once it broke $4, that could have been an entry for you to get in. Now it temporarily breaks above it and it gets to about 420 and then it kind of pulls back and then it kind of gaps up, and so now at this point this is higher day. So you can draw another trend line. All right. So at this point this is higher day. So this is the real clear confirmation for the breakout, and what happens is usually sometimes stocks have their move in the open and then into the close they have their other move. But this actually had its second move about 12, and I actually took a play of this and took it for a loss. So I'll explain what happened. So I was pretty much busy all day, and I couldn't really take any trades. And I actually was able to log in for a few minutes right when it was at the high of day. Right here, I actually saw it. And what I did was, and I broke my own rules. This is what happens when you trade from work and you're like in a hurry. I didn't pay attention to the 5-minute chart at all, because had I been paying attention to the 5-minute chart, there was no way I would have took this trade. I was looking at the 1 minute because I logged in really quickly. I saw it and I saw what I thought was a U-shaped pattern forming right here. So I took a buy entry on this candle, thinking that it was gonna push past the 469. But what I really didn't realize when I was looking at this is that it was forming a head and shoulders pattern, and which is a bearish sign. And the MACD was crossing over, and the TTM squeeze at this candle, it was still blue, but it was kind of fading down, and you see at this candle the MACD already started rolling over, and I don't know why. I didn't even pay attention to it, but I took a buy. Now, the good news is I took it for a small loss. Why? Because I have this. So when I went to buy, I right click and I go buy custom, and I have it set so that when I do the buy signal, you see how it has my limit price, whatever I want, and the stop is 10 cents below whatever my limit price. So let's say the price is moving as I'm ready to make my trade. If I press 463, see how it goes up, 464, 454. Now is the stop. So it automatically adjusts my stop 10 cents from wherever I trigger it. So I got in. I don't remember what I got in at. It's 461. I probably like 460 or whatever. And then so my stop was 450. And then you notice. Let me just zoom out of here. And then you notice right here that it automatically, on this candle, it crashed all the way down to 445. So I got stopped out for a small loss. I don't know, like a little under $100, I think. I think I took a 2,000 share position. So I lost like I don't know. I think I lost. No. I took a 1,000 share position, and I got stopped. I got stopped out. Yeah, so I lost about $100. I lost about $100, I think it was. And I was okay with that. It was my fault. I should have been looking to short this thing. I mean, I would have made a killing shorting it. This is what I love to look for. Stocks that do see the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and then the collapse. It was textbook head and shoulders, and I don't know. I was like, oh look, it's in my mind. I looking at it like this. I thought it was forming that U-shaped pattern. That's stupid of me. And if I would have looked at the 5-minute candle, I would have known that this was absolutely gonna pull back. Just stupid, careless. That's what happens when you rush through trades. But so if I was looking at this, the point that I was trying to make was that the confirmation sign for me would have been once it broke 424. At that point, it would have been higher day, and it broke its resistance point, and that's when I would have got it had I been watching this. All right. So those are the two big plays. Actually, another big play was Khan. Khan actually moved. It looks a little choppy here. I don't know what's going on. My internet acting up. But this thing ripped from. It opened up at 1108. It hit a high of 1190 actually before it pulled back into the close. So this was on my watch list. Another great play. And there was some other ones. CHK was on my watch list. It actually had a nice move up initially at the open. It opened at 640. It hit a high 659. And then you could have took this down short for a nice short. CHK is one of those stocks that even with like energy stocks are moving, it always moves in a big range between $5 and $8. It never goes up above 8. It never goes below. It usually stays around 5. If you look at the yearly chart, Actually, it was down $3 last year, but I'm talking about for generally it's in this like $5 to like $8 range. That's how I normally see it. So even though it pulled back, if energy stocks are still in play tomorrow, this will rip up again, and you'll have another opportunity to buy. So you trade the momentum. You get a piece of this and you sell. This could have been a fantastic short on opportunity though. All right. So with that said, I'm just gonna build my watch list for tomorrow. So we'll go here. We'll go create watch list. We'll put tomorrow's date 4/6/17. We'll hit save. And we'll go through our watch list. So again, when we go to scan, this is the criteria. Look for stocks between 20 cents and $30. That have minimum volume of 500,000 shares that are up 5%. Hit scan. We only got 29 plays. See, guys? Yeah. So some days you're gonna get 100. There are days when I do this and I get 100 stocks or 90 stocks or 60 stocks, and there's days where you're gonna get 29. There's gonna be days when you're gonna hit 5, 10, 4, 3. I've had those kind of days where the market's dead. So enjoy the volatility in the market while it's hot. All right. So this is the scan, and we're just gonna go through our plays. So let's go all the way up, and we'll start from the highest percentage, which is VII, which this thing went from 31 cents to 99 cents, which is insane. I mean, it's so overextended that my expectation is tomorrow it's going to come crashing down, and you'll have a nice short opportunity tomorrow. But who knows? Maybe it's being pumped and the pump continues tomorrow. So, just trade the volatility. All right? But it's holding its highs. It's going on the watch list. TGC, look at this, had this beautiful rip. This was on my watch list. It gapped all the way up, and then it pulled back, and then it washed out. I mean, this stock was 37 cents. So this is a stock that, is pumped and highly overextended. I'm going to put it on the watch list because it had this big move. And you see this stock had it opened on day before yesterday. It moved, and then it pulled back, and it did the same thing today. So you know what? Just because I see a trend, I'm going to put it on the watch list. Let's see what happens. Let's see, maybe you get a little spike at the open. Maybe you take a quick trade. Next up, Cali. So Cali was another big mover. I talked about this. This is the stock where I took my little loss today. Remove all drawings. Yeah, so this was the stock where I took my little loss here today, thinking I was looking at a U-shaped pattern, being greedy, not paying attention. It is up. I mean, this was 145. It's at 469. I mean, this is way overextended. I mean, when this thing collapsed, the short is gonna be fantastic. You make a lot of money shorting this back down. Gave back a lot of those gains. It went back to 373, but now it's up after hours. So you know what? We'll put it on the watch list to see what it does tomorrow. If you can find shares to short of this stock, I would look to see. But it's a low float run. Low floats are hard to find shares. They're harder to find shares to short, and they're more volatile. So you got to be careful. But I don't expect this to do much other than sell off tomorrow. But we'll see. Maybe it continues up. I mean, it's been running every day. What's to say it doesn't continue tomorrow? IMLFF. This is another stock that's been being pumped. This was 30 cents. It's at 57 cents. It's holding its highs. I'm going to put this on the watch list as well. I mean, it's a dog shit company. But, if the volatility is there, you trade the stock, And, once it broke above VWAP, as long as it's riding the 13 EMA, I would watch this. Now, a stock like this, if this choppy, just a heads up, I'm not looking at the 1 minute time frame when I'm making a trade like this. I'm more focused on the 5 minute time frame to get a cleaner entry and get a better sense of the direction. I'm watching both, but I'm focusing probably more on the 5 minute. You see how it's above the 13 EMA this whole time? That would have been to say, hey, as long as it stays above the 13 EMA, I'm just going to keep riding this. And once it dipped below here, and it's at the 50 cent mark, I would have said, all right, if it dips below 50, I'm out. Because 50 cents is a psychological resistance barrier. Or you could have just got out, once it broke the 13 EMA right here, and, take your little win depending on where you, entered. All right, next up, INNL. This is a stock that, remember I talked about this yesterday when a stock, sometimes a stock will have its move pre-market. I don't know why this thing is not. There we go. You see how it had its rip pre-market? I don't know why this is not letting me go back out, but I'll put it here. So you see it had its pre-market run at 174. It started ripping, and on the 4th, and when the market On the 5th, it topped out and it started selling off pre-market today, and it just washed out. And it was funny, coincidentally, I talked about that, how sometimes stocks have their run, and then they just wash. And this was a perfect example of a stock that washed out. That people go, oh, it's gonna rip, and the market opens and just completely collapses because it's dog shit company. It had its rip. So this is not going on my watch list. Even though it may bounce, it could bounce tomorrow, but I'm not gonna put it on the watch list. BICI, this went from 12 to 23 cents. This is some crap company, but it moved. 1 million shares. I don't know. You may want to look at it, see where it's at on the yearly. I mean, look, this is so overextended. This is why I love shorting. Stocks like this is where retail traders get rich, because they have those brokerages like the center points and the speed traders where you'll probably be able to find shares to short this dog shit down. And because it's only 23 cents, you can take a lot of size and you can make a lot of money shorting this. I'll put it on the watch list for anybody who does have. I don't know who in the community. I know there's a couple of people who do have speed trader accounts, so I would be looking to short this if I have a speed trader account tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to. I'll look at E-Trade, see, but I doubt they're gonna have shares of this to short. BRKK, no, it's nothing there. ZNO, nope. SCON. I mean, look, it moved after hours. It's not 1.2 million shares, but it did gap up after hours at 157. Could be a pump. Let's see. Wall Street rallies with Dow. I don't see any news why this is ripping after hours. I mean, it's a crappy company, but let's see. It went from 132 to 157. It's up 14 cents. I don't know. It's not something that I would normally trade, and it's kind of running sideways. So I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but you can put it on yours. VOC, nah. NVCN. I mean, it did have this move afternoon. Sometimes these move on news. Yeah, there was some sheer spike to session highs. There was a mid-grade, a buy. That's what it is. There was a buy sign by analysts. Let me tell you something. Just because when one of these channels like CNBC or one of these guys, when they talk about buying a stock, or like they put a recommendation, that's because the CEO probably sent a bag of money somewhere to have, to bribe them to say buy my stock, to drive the price of the stock up, because probably the company sucks. So usually whenever a company says buy, that means do the opposite, sell, because the company's probably worth shit. The stock was at $4 and it came all the way down 37 cents, and slowly it's been grinding up. It hit a high, it had this run all the way up to like 335, and then it came collapsing down to $1. So this is kind of its new support level, and it's sort of been in this range, and it gapped up to 195 yesterday and back down to 169. I wouldn't be surprised, if it collapses some more. I'll put it on the watch list just so you can see, what it does to mark the open. Our watch list is going to be pretty small. NVCN. So I don't expect it to do much, but I'll leave it on there for you guys to look at. NEOT, now I had a look. See, another stock that ripped pre-market, and then it just completely sold off when the market opened. All right. So look, it had this run pre-market, and when the market opened, just completely washed. You could have shorted this the whole day. All right. So another example. SKE was 328 5 days ago. It's at 415. No volume there. But like I say this again and again, if you watch my videos on how I build my watch list, every time I see stocks like this where they're under 1 million shares but they're moving and not a lot of volume, they tend to just continue to move. It's at 415. I mean, you may want to think about swing trading this. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but you may want to keep an eye on it. NEOS was at 633 yesterday. Hit a high of 820 today. So it had a nice move. It's very choppy. You don't really know. I mean, here you get this gap up, you get the flat top breakout, you get the second push, and then you get the reversal here. So on the 1 minute, it was very volatile. On the 5 minute, gapped up, pulled back, and gapped up a little bit more here, and then it kind of pulled back. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it's too choppy. I don't really get a sense of what the stock is going to do. So I mean, you can put it on your watch list. It is sort of holding its highs. I don't particularly love it, so I'm just gonna keep not pay attention to it. KNDI gapped up. Now I don't like it. Too choppy, no volume. KB, no way. Oh no. AUXO. AUXO was 423. It's at 646 now. No volume, but again, look at the pattern. I keep telling you guys, there's all these little stocks that nobody pays attention to that just continue to just go and go and go. You can take a few hundred shares. If you have 100 shares of this and you hold it for a couple of days, you made a couple $100. So I don't know. Let's see where it's been over the last year. Look at this thing just it's just up from 3 and it's just been running ever since, man. Running wild and still above the 13 EMA and the 20 EMA. So I don't know. I'll put it on my watch list just so you guys can take a look at it. AUXO. Alright. WPRT. YGE. OWCP. Look at this. OWCP is up. There's a pump that before was, gapping, and now it's moving again. I don't like it. It's too choppy. But you can watch it if you want. ENT, nope. CONN, Con. This is the winner from today. It's was at $8, hit 11, hit a high 1190, starting to wash. I don't know what it's gonna do tomorrow. Obviously it's kind of unsure. Let's see what it's been over the last year. I forgot. There's a stock that its height was $15. It's had these 2 big days. I expected to pull back, probably offer a great short. Still I want to put it on my watch list for you guys. I'll put it on there just for in case anybody's looking to short sell this. TGB, nope. MSDI, nope. FCELS, nope. ENRJ. We have 2 stocks, SSH, nope. And VICL, nope. So, these are the stocks. I'm also gonna put NUGT, because gold kind of, it pulled. Look at it. Over 5 days, it went from $8 to $10, and now it's back to 8 and 9. It's selling off again. It's pretty volatile. Look at what happened today. This thing was sideways, and then it had that afternoon breakout above VWAP, and it just ripped. So, I'm also going to put JNUG just in case you don't see anything. You can always look at these 2 stocks and they run consecutively. So, if NUGT breaks out, guess what? JNUG is going to do the same thing. And look, it had the same breakout pattern. Boom. And it's cheaper. So, you can, make more, you can size in more because it's cheaper. But basically, they run concurrently. All right? And then, if you want to dig a little deeper, you can look at like your... what you could do is you could do like a new high scan and take a look to see if you find more charts. I'm exhausted, guys. I'm not gonna stay online and continue to do this, but you could theoretically look for the stocks that wouldn't qualify on the watch list, because and see if you find anything that's holding their highs. Like look, FMCC. It doesn't come. It didn't appear on the scanner because it's under 5%, but it had 3 million shares. It's just very, very choppy. NORD. Kind of ripped, look at this, it was $24 at $27. And it's one of those stocks. Look, another example, under 1 million shares, nobody's paying attention to, but it's still ripping. All right, CYH, look at this, it gapped up. it was 809. It kind of hit a high. The market over hit a high at 910, and it's just sideways. It really hasn't done anything. I kind of like it. I'm gonna put this on the watch list too. CYH, see what happens tomorrow. All right, but and then these are some stocks after hours that are moving. SCON, I saw that one. TGC, we talked about that. SSH, ENRJ, yeah, nothing is really drawing my attention. So that's why the importance of having scanners, guys. So scanners help you find plays. That's what it's all about with momentum. Any kind of news will drive the price up or down. So you just gotta be tuned in. All right. So with that said, these are the few stocks that we have. I don't particularly love anything, to be quite honest with you, but we'll see what that. Every day is a new adventure in the stock market. So hope you find this informative. See you in the chat room. All right, bullish bears, join us. Have a good one.